Alright, hello and welcome to a quick first impressions video. In this video we are going to take a look at the A2A 182 Skyline that has just come out. My wife was nice enough to let me buy it, so it joins my other Accusim birds. And we're going to have a quick look at everything on it. For a start, when you install it, you get the directory I was just in. It runs through like any other A2A installer. If you have the prepared copy, it installs to prepared. I'm running it in FSX. I'll do a prepared video later on. It comes with this 104-page manual, and like all the Accusim birds, the manual is extremely well done. It gives you the history, it gives you the quick start guide, their recommended settings, goes through how Accusim functions, the specifications for the bird, all the checklists, procedures, everything you really need short of going out and getting the real manual to fly the bird. And of course the best thing is if Accusim's previous products or anything to go by, A2A have made this so that you can actually go get a copy of one of the actual manuals, and the bird will function exactly how it should. With that being said, we are going to load it in Flight Simulator here. So, okay, we get 4 skins by the looks of it for this Skyline, all of the 182T model. Victor Hotel Delta Lima Lima. So this will be an Aussie skin if I'm not mistaken. Victor Hotel is normally Australian. November 6182 Golf. Delta Echo X-Ray Sierra Whiskey, and November 516 Delta Mike. We're going to fly Victor Hotel Delta Lima Lima. Though I'm fairly certain I can actually make finally Victor Hotel Romeo Papa Golf, because I believe it is actually a 182. We'll tell it that we want it to run the Accusim DLLs and the 172 DLLs. Nice looking aircraft. And we are going to go to YBLT, or Ballarat Aerodrome. And we're going to start at parking ramp 14. We'll set it to current time. So the current time is 11:54. By the time we load in, about 11:56. And we'll click the fly now. We have Active Sky running in the background, and that's going to mean that we're probably going to have a little bit of gusty weather at Ballarat. So when going to have showers and not so much gusty, it doesn't appear to have the gusts that we've got in the general area at the moment. I should note that I do run the Reality XP, so according to A2A, the 182, like the 172 and the Cherokee, supports the Reality XP straight out of the bat. But we'll have a look at that in a moment. So on first load in, it loads in cold and dark. We generally like normal. Shift 1 is nothing like normal. Shift 2 brings us up the pilot's notes with the basic checklist down the bottom, like all normal set, and we should be able to also bring that up by clicking the owner's handbook. Shift 3 gives us the controls and options. And we should also be able to cycle various radios. By the looks of it, for this model, we've got to actually use an external application for the Reality XP, whereas the other ones, they just let us click through, and if it had it let us use it. I'm guessing it's likely not that we can reload it at the moment, but yeah, we click here and it'll give us the option for the Reality XP. And obviously we could reload and get it, but for this it's fine. We're just going to do a visual circuit at Ballarat. So we don't even need a GPS unit. Shift 4 is your normal weight and balance. We'll click this over to metric, and we will not lie. We will put in my rather sickly weight. Yes, I weigh 49 kilos. Sad. Shift 5 is the normal map. Shift 6 is quick radios. Shift 7 allows us to go to the maintenance hangar, where we can see we have a brand new aircraft. We can remove the engine heater, which, if it's like the previous versions, normally you'd actually see it being added and removed. It's hard to tell. We have the flap seals. Now I've noticed most of the aircraft here typically don't have them on. The mains fairings, these again varies around here whether or not they've got it. Nose wheel fairing, we can swap the propeller between the stock 3-blade and an experimental 2-blade. We can pick between the Air Hawk and the Air Track tyre. we'll stick with the Air Hawk. We typically fly off a mix, and we can choose the different type of battery that we want. Then we have the normal items for here. We have the ability to choose the different viscosity of oils. We can change or put additive in. And of course, spark plugs and do all the normal stuff with the engine. The big difference between the 172 and the 182, as we know, is the engine. This is a 6-cylinder engine, whereas the 172 is a 4-cylinder. And we can see off the bat mine has a slightly, cylinder number 2 is slightly less than my other cylinders. So it's got a little bit less compression, which is very interesting. It's one of the things I like about the Accusim birds. They live and breathe. So if we go back here, Shift 8 should be our walk around, which it is. So we might as well, given this is first impressions, start with the walk around. We know that's in the plane. We've checked out the parking brake. We want to set that. We want to set this to FSX down here, and we want to go in, and because this has throttle but then also prop pitch, fuel mixture and flaps, normally I have flaps and the like assigned to certain things. We also have the cow flaps in this bird. By the looks of it, we've got some lightning outside happening as well now. What we want to do, I'm going to go into my FSUI PC here. My axis assignments, that one will go normal, my throttle mixture set. This one will become axis propeller set. So we have prop mixture and we even have the ability on this one to open up the glove box. So we want the master battery switch on, the pitot heat on, we want the static pressure alt switch off, which it is. We want to check our annunciator. It's all good. We want to make certain our fuel selector is on both. Extend the flaps. Which move noticeably slower than in the 172 I noticed. Elevator trim, we want to just that down a little, that looks about right. We want to turn that off and we want to turn the master off. Moving out to the left wing, well that's already off. It's hot. check that it's locked. Tie down's already off. Nothing missing. Looks all good. No excessive looseness, and all our wicks and antennas look good. Lights look good. One of the big differences here is these are actually protected, unlike on the other ones. This all looks good. It doesn't look like there's any missing parts. Pit doesn't look damaged. There's nothing wrong with our leading edge by the looks of it. Our wheel looks good. There's no hydraulics on the ground that we can see, though it's raining and it'd be washed away for the most part. Our fuel looks good, and it matches what we want. We wouldn't be up there too long like that. It's raining. Pit looks good. Our static source doesn't look blocked. Looks good, and of course the wheel looks good. Propeller looks brand new because it is, and we can already see there's no bird's nests in there, though it'll move us forwards to let us check, and there's nothing on the lower filter. Oil is clean and looks alright. Static source fine. That is correct. No water. Wheel looks good. Leading edge is fine. Our good old stall tab is working and we have no blockages. Our lights look fine. Looks all good. Flap has no excessive movement and everything looks good there. Should bring us to the end of the pre-flight inspection. So, with the pre-flight inspection done, and Shift 9 just gives us a normal pause menu for if we want it. We're going to let some air in here to defog the cabin a little. It's probably one of my few complaints with the A2A birds. I think they fog up just a little bit quicker than I've noticed normally happening in real life, but it's subjective. Different people will claim different opinions on that. So we are going to start the engine. We're not going to run any ATC or anything like that. We're just having a first crack at this. We want to crack the throttle a little bit. We want propeller control all the way in. Our master on, our beacon on. We need to make certain that cowl flaps are open. As Frugal showed, we need to do this, and we're going to move it all the way in. And as we do, just like in the previous one, this little fuel meter is going to move up while we do. The way down. Okay. And okay, fuel pump off. Area around us is clear. and I've stuffed it up already. So let's give this a try again. Crack the throttle. Okay. As we do this, we want to advance the throttle, and apparently I am doing something majorly wrong. Let's double check I haven't drained the battery. Let's double check my fuel levels, which are fine. There's no fuel cut-off valve in this one that I'm missing that I can see. Okay, when all else fails, and it's possibly operator error, we tap the auto start, which makes it certain, and then we tell it to go cold and dark again. All this is doing is letting us start from scratch. We know that everything outside's fine. And of course we're not going to get any fuel without I don't know what I'm missing here. Well, operator error somewhere there, possibly. For the moment, it doesn't matter. It's the first time I've flown this bird, we'll work it out later. For the moment, we are going to check out some of the other bits and pieces. Like all Accusim birds, these radios work exactly as they're meant to in real life. So if you want to use them, you can actually go pull the real life data up and it will function like it. We're going to cheat a little here and go to conditions 1019 or 1080. So we've set that correctly. Let's see about getting this bird up and taxied. Couple of more things to look at. I'm used to flying the Cessna or the Cherokee, and of course in this bird, on the Accusim birds, and in this bird we've got manifold pressure we have to worry about. We have, on top of the normal slot, we have the normal cylinder head and all that fun stuff. It's a more complex bird. And I do not currently have my track IR turned on or established. Just going to make double checking which direction the wind is going. Fun.